Welcome back, everyone. We're here today with episode 92 of the Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your support over the last 12 months. The IHP podcast officially now, or I should say the Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast, officially now just about 1 year old. So again, thank you so much for your support. Myself and Julia Hayes really have enjoyed getting all of the feedback, interaction, comments over the past year. And if you have not left a review yet on iTunes or your favorite media player, if you could just take 30 seconds right now to do that, we would very much appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. And today's show is going to all be about how to get more clients and better trust. So for me, it is not about working with every single person in the world, but it's actually about working with the right clients. And after talking with a lot of our IHPs, they've said the same exact thing. So in the beginning, you're always worried about getting clients. How do I get my first few clients? All of those things. And so you try a lot of different things out that may work or may not work. And you kind of figure out what your voice is, what your tone is, and who you work best with. But at the end of the day, you don't want to work with people that make your life miserable and that you're not able to help in the first place. What you want to do is you want to find this beautiful synergy between the people that need your help and what you are able to do for them. And honestly, I found the best way to do that is getting people on the phone, over video, or in person. Now, I know many people listening to this show are doing a virtual-based practice, whether it be personal training, whether it be nutrition, whether it be health coaching, whatever it might be. And that's fantastic. So what you're going to want to do is to get people, lead them from social media, posting great things. They learn about you. They have this connection already, so they're probably going to be the right fit. And they say, but I just don't know yet. I don't know if I should spend the money. I don't know if I should waste my time, saying that in air quotes if you're watching this on video. And if you'd like to see the video, you can head on over to YouTube, or you can simply go to ihp.coach/podcasts, and today is episode 92. So what I would say is this, though. You want to ultimately lead someone to a complimentary consultation. All right, I've got previous podcasts on that. We also teach this inside of IHP. But you want them to be able to ask you questions and for you to be able to talk more about them, where there's the start to the development of a relationship, right? Because when you work with a client, that's why I always love the name personal training, right? Or even personal development. What are you doing? Well, it's very personal. It's from one person to another. Okay, that's what all great coaching is about. That's why, although I love small group coaching, okay, nothing wrong with that, and I love larger coaching as well, you remember, when you go from large to smaller to one-on-one, every step you get closer to one-on-one leads to more of a personal connection, and most likely, in most cases, a better result, just because it's going to lead to some type of customization, which I'm going to talk about here today. But here's the thing. I want to help you to build more trust with your clients or prospective clients, which will lead then to you getting more clients. And when you are doing that complimentary consultation, I really need you to call out what oftentimes is that bright purple elephant in the room. And that is the fact that they've already been here before. They've already worked with other health coaches, personal trainers, et cetera, other doctors, and they still didn't get results, right? So that's the elephant in the room. How are you so different that you are somehow going to show them something that they haven't already read before in a book, listened to in a podcast, et cetera, right? So that is the purple elephant in the room, that if you can overcome that, people will not only want to work with you, you will have an extremely busy schedule, but they will refer all of their friends, family, coworkers, and everyone else that they meet. And here's why. Your job is not just to tell them, yeah, I can help you. Your job is to share with them how you're different, your personal story, and make a connection with them. And that's what I want to go over with you here today. I actually want to give you exactly what to do. So that is the goal of whether it's my podcast, the Cabral Concept on Health, or whether it's the Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast, they're all meant to help the client. I can no longer work the same amount of clients per week that I used to, and I can nowhere near help all of the clients that we have inside of our practice. My goal is to train a health coach in every home. That's the goal of the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. I want to make sure that every single family, it could be one sibling, they can help out their parents, grandparents, children, children's children, cousins, right? Siblings. That's the goal. There has to be one person that's able to do that, right? And then, of course, you want to make a good living for yourself as well, working with other clients. That is the goal. So I try to give as much of that away as I can right here in the podcast, and then we teach you how to do all the protocols, the at-home labs, and everything else inside of IHP. So let's share with you exactly how to get more clients by actually connecting with them and answering that big question of, I've already tried everything before, right? I've tried everything. You've probably heard that before. So let's go over that. So the first thing you want to do, you're talking with them on the phone. You're just, again, making small talk. Everybody has their own way of doing that to just kind of break the ice. I'm not going to go over that, today. That just takes some role playing and practice that you can do with a partner to do that. But the first thing you want to do is simply acknowledge their past tries, efforts, and disappointments in overcoming whatever their health issue is. That's it. So everyone has them. And once you acknowledge why they're there, it allows them to say, oh, this person gets it. That is really what you are looking for them to do, is to say, oh, you are different. You're acknowledging that. You're not brushing that under the rug. I've tried things before. I haven't been successful. I don't feel it was my fault, right? That's what they're thinking. So it may sound like this to get the conversation started. I literally want to try to give you the exact phrases. So here we go. I know you've probably had introductory calls or health consultations before. You could say personal training, you could say nutrition, whatever you want. It may have even led to some type of plan or program, but you didn't get the desired result you were looking for. And you may be wondering how this time will be any different. My goal is not to convince you of anything, but rather share how our system and clients have gotten results even when they had tried many things in the past and through no fault of their own, it hasn't worked out. So you just want to put that in your own words, but basically you just want to say this. I know that this probably isn't your first consultation. You've probably seen other nutritionists, health coaches, maybe even personal trainers, and you've gone through their programs or plans. You had high hopes, and it just didn't work out, most likely through no fault of your own. You tried to implement the plan to the best of your ability, and it just didn't work. So what I want to share with you is that we do things a little bit differently. My systems and my clients are able to get the results they want through looking at the actual problem through a different lens. So now what I've done is I've just set it up that, we're looking at this differently. That's how we're getting different results, which is true. So here, before I get to that though, and so this is you talking with the client. So before I get to the specific system we use, I want to share with you, most likely, the reason why you didn't get the results you were looking for is that the plan you were on was based on what had worked for that practitioner or maybe even some of their clients. Now, that's not a bad thing because some plans do work for some people, and that's the benefit of them. However, not everyone is going to get the results from the same exact plan. So whether it's low carb or high cardio, high weight training, high intensity interval training, specific nutritional supplements, it's just not always going to get everybody the same exact results. So the problem is that it's worked for some people, but it just didn't work for you. And the problem was that it wasn't just designed for your body. So I also want to share with you, though, why this is not going to happen on the plan that I create for you. And the reason is that I'm going to listen to your full story. I'm going to understand whatever challenges you have. I'm going to help you work through those challenges, but I'm also going to look for the underlying root cause imbalances, which is keeping you from reaching your goal. Because at the end of the day, when the body is balanced, you are able to achieve your wellness, body transformation, or anti-aging goals. So what I've found is that the body, when given all of its nutrients that it needs, so there's no deficiencies, whether it be magnesium or B vitamins or more fiber or whatever it might be, right, for your body, and we remove some of those toxicities, whether it be heavy metals or low immunity or poor sleep or whatever the thing is that's holding you back, that's dragging you down. When we're able to fix that, bring up your deficiencies, and we remove a lot of those toxicities, your body actually begins to, and then go back to their goal, get well much more easily, lose weight on its own naturally, or slow the aging process, right? And again, all of this is in your words. So what I would like to do with you, if you feel that this is the right fit, because I do believe I can help you, again, you want to show confidence. So I do believe I can help you, is what I would do is I would actually customize a plan built just for you. So it's going to contain foundational protocols, but they're going to be adjusted based on your lifestyle and your needs. Now, the very best way for me to be able to do that would be to run some at-home functional medicine lab tests. These are very simple to complete. We do saliva testing, just a saliva sample that you would mail into the lab just right at home. That would look at your hormone levels. We could do a couple simple blood spots to look at food sensitivity. Very, very easy. Again, this is all your choice, your option. And a urine sample to look at overall gut function. But again, these are your choices. You don't have to do the at-home labs, but what it will do is it will just look at deeper inside of your body as to what your deficiencies or toxicities are. If we decide not to do that, well, we're going to use assessments instead. So we'll look at certain assessments that I've had, that I've used over the years and also learned from other doctors in order to be able to find out what is going on these deeper, what are called homeostatic levels. So just to reiterate, one of the main reasons people don't get results is that they're following a plan that may work for some people, but not for them. So it just wasn't customized enough. What we're going to do is we're going to take your story into account and then either use assessments or we're going to use at-home lab testing in order to customize a plan for you to get you the results that you're looking for. And I'll be with you every step of the way. This means that if we need to make adjustments a week or two after starting your plan, we can do that. We're also going to get on a call once a month in order to make more adjustments and also to tweak the plan and allow for additional additions of food, increase in exercise if we choose to do that, and adding other things that I think you will very much enjoy along the road. But we just want to get started with what we know is going to make the biggest difference in your life. How does that sound to you? So do you see what I did? All I did was have a conversation with an individual to get them to understand, I know where you are coming from. I've been there before myself. I have a different way of doing things. Here's why it works. It could work for you too. That is ultimately what your client or potential client is looking to hear. If you use those magic words and these phrases and you believe it and you can do that, well, honestly, you'll have more clients than you could ever hope for. That's the bottom line. Because this is what it takes. People need help, but they don't know who can help them. That's essentially the bottom line. So you need to first let people know that you exist. The easiest way to do that is social media or networking referrals, okay? Then you need to say, put out good content in your particular niche. Female hormones, men over 40, migraines, autoimmune issues, thyroid, energy, mood, whatever you want it to be. Then you produce content around that. Then you have people get on a consultation call with you, much of which I just laid out here for you today, and then you offer them your services. That's what you're doing. And it's a win-win. You help them achieve what they've always wanted. You get compensated for your career to make a great living. Just like an accountant would get paid for your taxes. Just like an attorney would get paid for a real estate closing, right? Just like you might pay someone to do dry cleaning. Like everyone deserves to be compensated for the service they're providing. You're providing an amazing service. Don't be afraid to share with them how you do it, how you're going to help them, how you'll be with them along the way, because that's probably different. And then also just the services that you offer. And we have a very simple plan inside of IHP that we share with our IHPs to just walk them through this process. And that's why our IHPs are so successful. This is not difficult to do. It can be added to any practice. If you're a personal trainer, nutritionist, acupuncturist, chiropractor, etc., right? Any of these things, you can develop another health coaching aspect to that as well. So hopefully today's show was helpful. I don't want to go on and on because I just want you to re-listen to this show if you need to and try to get that down pat, maybe journal down what I wrote down. However you want to do it, honestly, you can do that. And I hope it was beneficial. If it was, always feel free to share it with a colleague. And of course, we would love your reviews on the show. And I'll be back soon. Every single Monday, I have a show on the Integrative Health Coach Success podcast. And my partner, Julia Hayes, does our Thursday shows. And she interviews successful practitioners all around the world who are making a real difference in people's lives. Take care, everyone. Have an amazing day.